everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of UruLive. Last episode, we completed the last of Grisen and got our message from Yisha, having gained the second of the pillars. Now, however, we've moved on to the third age, Kadish Tolisha. And we managed to find a location which has all the answers to all the clues we have. I mean, all the clues to all the puzzles we're going to encounter in Kadish Talisha. So now, it is time to start moving through and solving these puzzles. Why are all those puzzles in one location? What is the purpose of Kadish Talisha? Because each of these ages does seem to have a purpose. Teledon's entire purpose was, well, they harvested the mushrooms there, probably, did some hunting, and also kept slaves. Garrison was a garrison of sorts, as well as a bit of R&D in sorts, meant to test out their suits and also act as a prison. So what is the purpose of this age? And why are all the clues located in one location? Well, let's start by trying to solve this. So we have the first one here. Each one of these buttons does something else. The one on the left rotates everything. The one in the middle rotates these two. And that actually brings us to where we need to be. And the one on the right rotates the brown part, furthest away. And that, I believe, is the first piece of code that we have. And we need to start back here because each code that we put in alters what we'll see in the next area. So now that that's done, we need to get running all the way back to the next part. We can't really properly input the later parts of the code until we've gone through them. Until we've done the previous ones, I mean. Because otherwise it just doesn't look right. So now, run all the way back here. And run up here. From here we can put in the second part of the code. Alright. So the outer one is correct. I think the middle one is correct. Yep. And that's the lower part. So that, I believe, is the correct part for that code. Now we just need to find the third code, which is down over here. Once we do, we should be able to, I'm guessing, open something. So over here. Now, this goes down to the bottom. That goes down to there. And this goes to here. Aha! And that opened up our way through. From here, we can proceed deeper in to whatever this age is. And is there anything else over here? Oh, there is. There's a button. So if we press this button, looks like we managed to close that off, so nothing can come through. But we also find another tapestry. I imagine many people never would have found that. Very deviously hidden. Now, what do we have here? Some sort of room. Path goes further down into the structure. Couple buttons here. which make lights. Very interesting. Seems like each one lights up separate sections. And if we go further down, we end up all standing around here. Well, there's a door over here. Doesn't seem like it opens, though, or at least it's locked. So, how does this work? Well, I think one of our clues should be able to tell us. Yes, Kadish. Alright. Puzzle A here. Tricky to tell. That seems to show something. Some sort of path that we need to take, I think. If we can figure that out. Alright. We need to make some kind of path. I feel like that part in the middle, that circle, that feels like it's where we need to end up. So if we light up everything but that... Ah, I do see some sort of path. Wait. No, I do. I see a lit path over here. Which looks similar. Oop, didn't mean to move that. That does seem to go to the door. So if I walk along this path... to this door... nothing happens. Perhaps that's not it then. Perhaps if we light up the other things and walk along the light. Or maybe I was wrong. Maybe we're supposed to walk along the dark side. Here. Let's see here. Let me try that again. Let's try it the other way around. That definitely doesn't seem to make anything. So it has to be that way. Okay, let me look at this again. There is a mark there on the outer circle, all the way on the right. Which looks like I may have been right. So if I start here, and carefully walk so as to not touch anything. Oh! Aha! That did it. We opened up a path. I was right. I guess I was just touching the light. That door was a false path. Through that we can close it up, but I have no desire to. Nothing there. Continue moving on, and we find, oh, very many trees. Does look like there's a platform over there, but I don't think we'd be able to reach it. We'd probably just fall and die. Here, though? Ah, and here we are rewarded with a new Relto page. We'll investigate that later. Yeah, this seems to be trees coming out of the mist. This is very pretty. Alright. And, made it. And, oh, that's a structure. Curious. See if there's anything around it. Anything here? Yes! Another tapestry. That makes 4. I'll continue moving around. See if there's anything else around this structure. The answer appears to be no. Alright, let's go inside. Deeper and deeper in. Well, that's doing something. Lighting this up is what it's doing. But for what purpose? Well, I believe the answer is supposed to be this other image that we have. Now, I believe the interpretation is here you have nothing showing here, then you have it shining light, or showing something. This is obviously shining light. And then it's closed again with no light, and there's supposed to be a difference. From what I remember, I believe the answer is we have to wait here for a bit and just let the light shine on it. I'll let it shine for a bit longer. Alright, let's see if that's long enough. No, it was not. Alright. Let's turn it on and let it keep shining. Oh, don't want that. We also have all these doors all around here. Although chances are, much like the last room, these doors probably have no purpose. None of them can probably open. Or if they do, well, it's not our purpose. And this next code that we're going to have has no point to it. Although looking at it, I do see now that these are actually very similar to the symbols we've seen in the room. I wonder if they're related. Alright. Walked around a bit. Is that enough? No, it is not. How long does it take for this to work? Alright. I'm gonna have to sit here and wait for a bit. I'm gonna cut it while I do the waiting. Aha! That was long enough. Yeah, it's simple glow in the dark. Now, the only other clue we have for this is that there's an image of a tree up top. So I believe the answer is we need to walk on all of the tree symbols. Which I guess kind of makes some sense. There are a lot of trees in this place. So, we find a tree, and we start walking on it. And we just follow all of the symbols that have that style of tree symbol on it. And it worked! And we go deeper down. With another button that we can press if need be. And there's another tapestry. Here, we have a bunch of structures. Including what looks like some sort of thing up there. So if we pull this, that raises up. Is that the same for each of these? The answer appears to be yes. Well, there is apparently a code that we're going to have to hit, and there's another sparkly up there. But I think we can reset it by hitting the blue button here. Yes, we can. Okay. What I kind of want to do first, though, is I want to try to reach that up there. Because that's probably not related to the actual code. And I want to see what's up there. Looks like the ladders only go so far, so we'll need to do it bit by bit. It looks like it's going to need to be one more. Oh, need to hit one here. And that seems to be the most we can do with any of these. I don't think we can pull any more, thanks to those weights. But on the plus side, we did manage to make it there. So now, we should be able to see what's down that path. Looks like if we want to access this sparkly thing, we need to do it differently. Ah! And there's another journey up there. Oh, good thing we decided to do that. That makes 6, which means that we need to make it to the last one at the end of this place, most likely. At the deepest part. Alright, there's a lever here. From here... Ah! Okay, I wonder what the ultimate purpose of that passage was, and someone just texted me for some reason. I'll answer them a little later. Okay, so we can only pull a certain amount here. We have left to right. We have 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4. I think what that means is that each of these need to be pulled a certain amount. I believe the code, because of that, is 1, 4, 1, 2. So let's try it. And we can pull them in order like this. Right, and then 2 more pulls of this. One more pull should be able to give us the answer. Oh, something's happening. Aha! Looks like that did it there. And we have our exit. Excellent. Now let's climb and get to the top of all this. There's only one more clue that we have, so we must almost be at the end here. Here goes that elevator, still running. Alright, and now we climb this ladder. Good. Ah, so that's how you'd see that tapestry if you didn't do this. If you did this first. Yes, I know, this is basically more of a walkthrough than an exploratory thing, but still. At least there's a bit less blind running around. And that was the button. And that looks like the deepest part of this place. Some large structure... Oh, there's the door. Some large structure held over an enormous chasm. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kadish Talisha, an enormous vault age. The entire thing is one single enormous vault. Looking at this, we have several buttons here. Which have several images on them. And up here, we have the same symbols. So we need to figure out the code. I have a feeling it's probably connected. The first has to be the tree, the second has to be the square, etc. So let's take a look here. We have... Oh, this is 1. It says 1 on it. Does that mean that's supposed to be pressed first? That's obviously the wrong code. So let's see here. So 1 has... Those 2 have tree symbols. So if this is supposed to be hit first... I don't quite remember the solution to this. Okay, let me go through this here. So let's see. 1 has in it, the symbol is for 3, 4, 2, and 6. Number 2 has 4, 5, 6, and 6. Number 3 has 6, 6, 2, and 5. Number 4 has 2, 6, 3, and 1. Number 5 has 1, 4, 3, and 5. And number 6 has 4, 3, 5, and 4. So, looking at that, let's see. What do each of these not have? Number 1 doesn't have 1 and 5. Number 2 doesn't have 1, 2, or 3. Number 3 doesn't have 1, 3, and 4. Number 4 doesn't have 4 and 5. Number 5 doesn't have 2 and 6. And number 6 doesn't have 1, 2, and 6. So let me put it that way. So 1 can be any one of those 3 buttons. Those 4 buttons. 2 can be that button, or that button. 3 can be... Okay, 3 only has 2 buttons it can be. Okay, So we need to figure out this code. And I think we're going to have to do that in the next episode, because this episode's gone on long enough. I'll do some working, and I'll have to figure it out on screen, but we are close to completion. We'll figure it out in the next episode. Till then, I'm Cheswick44. This has been a Let's Play of UruLive, and I shall see you all next time.